Hello, welcome to my channel, Mind Mastery for Wealth. My name is Rose Thompson, and I'm the founder and CEO of Mind Mastery for Wealth. Several very interesting articles have started to appear in mainstream media over the last 10 days, I'd say between the period January 16 to January 26, 27, 2023. One of these articles is entitled Door of No Return, Yellen Visits One-Time Slave Trading Post. I believe this article is being used to signal the potential ongoing implementation of the key benefit that relates to debt jubilee, forgiveness of debt, the elimination of the Federal Reserve System, which is so very critical for the implementation of the other benefits that are suggested to be available to us under NESARA and JESARA. I believe it is also signaling the new Treasury U.S. banking system that will be in alignment with constitutional law. Very, very, very interesting. I'm going to share this article with you to encourage you that this key benefit, the debt jubilee, forgiveness of debt, along with the elimination of the Federal Reserve System and the new U.S. banking system, Treasury Banking System, the new U.S. Treasury Banking System that will be in alignment with constitutional law is being implemented. Very, very key and significant benefits. I'll share with you information on as well on Stella. Stella has joined the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFT. There's also information on the bill to abolish income tax, income tax, the IRS, and the implementation of a national sales tax. There is very, very key and interesting information has now started to appear or continue to appear in very creative ways to inform us about the ongoing implementation of the key benefits that will be available to us under NESARA GESARA. Let me go ahead now and share those articles with you to encourage you. Let me highlight that the information I'm sharing in this video and my other videos are for educational purposes only. I'm not operating as a financial advisor, tax professional, or medical doctor. Any financial investment related decisions that you're considering, I'm going to suggest that you consult a licensed, reputable financial advisor. For your tax-related decision, you may wish to consult a tax professional. I'm aware that tax-related matters are also handled by financial advisors. And for your medical-related decisions, I'm suggesting that you consult your medical doctor. This is a very, very interesting article entitled Door of No Return, Yellen Visits One-Time Slave Trading Post in the AP, the Associated Press. This article appeared on January 21st. And I'm going to read Gorée Island, Senegal. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen paid a solemn visit Saturday to the salmon-colored house on an island of Senegal. That is one of the most recognized symbols of the horrors of the Atlantic slave trade that trapped tens of millions of Africans in bondage for generations. This is a very interesting article because Janet Yellen, look at the image. This image, to me, is signaling the creative approach that the persons behind the scenes are using to indicate to us potentially that we are debt slave no more, That term has been used with the elimination of the Federal Reserve System, the central bank in the US, central banks in other countries. And look at the color gold. Is this signaling gold asset back currency? That is what I'm interpreting this image to read. And I do not believe that Miss Yellen, who was also the 15th chair of the Federal Reserve from 2014 to 2018, will be taking a trip at this time when the US has the issue of the debt limit, debt ceiling addressed like this visiting Africa. I strongly believe this is a very creative approach to inform us about the elimination of the Federal Reserve System, which she represents, the new U.S. Treasury Banking System in alignment with constitutional law, and potentially we are debt slave no more. Here's what is key as well is that Yellen is in Senegal as part of a 10-day trip, which has been highlighted. Have we not heard this 10 days somewhere before? Known Goree Island building known as the House of Slaves and peered out of the door of no return. Could this also be signaling that the door has been closed? The Federal Reserve System has been eliminated. I strongly believe that this article is indicating that the Federal Reserve System has been eliminated. There is no return, hence the door of no return has been closed, and we are debt slave no more. So here she is standing in the door, and I believe it has been closed. Very, very significant article, very, very creative approach. And there is that goal image again. And I want to, it's a very informative article which I'm going to suggest that you read as well. And there's one part I'd like to highlight is that later in an interview with the Associated Press, Yellen said that while promoting diversity and racial equality is a key goal, the administration has not embraced reparations as part of the answer. Is that reparation signaling the return of interest that has been paid to date, potentially on loans, because it is that interest that makes the loans illegal. So it's a very, very, very significant for me. This is my interpretation. I'm going to ask you what you think about this article. And remember, although I'm sharing the source, it is important for you to question everything and everyone. We're well aware of misinformation and disinformation. It is also very important for you to develop your own critical thinking. And I welcome the opportunity to discuss with anyone good quality information that you have that is not consistent with the information I'm sharing in this video. Let me share another video with you on another article, not video, another article, and this relates to the debt ceiling. This article is entitled Janet Yellen says it's not a given that the Fed would accept a 1 trillion platinum coin to save the US from the economic catastrophe. And this is speaking to the debt limit that was reached on January 19th. Could this platinum coin be related to the gold asset backed currency that the US is and under NESARA GESARA is being transitioned to. So very key article as well. I'm going to suggest that you read it on if you have not already done so. Let me move on to the other article that is related to the crypto industry, and this article is dated January 20th. This article, Crypto Industry Leader Stella joins CFTC Advisory Committee, CFT abbreviated for Commodities Future Trading Commissions, and it is the Global Markets Advisory Committee that the Stella Foundation has joined. Why? This is very significant, and I'm highlighting this because of the blockchain relationship to the quantum financial system, which I think the blockchain will facilitate. The quantum is a technology which will interface or facilitate the quantum financial system. And here is the section which is key as well, is as part of the committee, the Stellar Development Foundation will highlight the role of stable coins, which is very important in the digital asset markets, and real-world use cases, including leveraging stablecoins in the delivery of humanitarian aid. And the humanitarian aid is so very, very important under NESARA GESARA. So again, a very important article that is potentially signaling the ongoing implementation of these key benefits that will be available to us under NESARA GESARA. Movements continue on the gold asset-backed currency, mainly on the JESARA side during this 10-day period as well. Brazil and Argentina is exploring the possibility of a common unit for trade, not a single currency as reported earlier. It is really a common unit for trade. Then we have Russia and Iran working on a gold-backed stable coin currency to take on the dominant US. So this is also referred to as the de-dollarization. There has been the devaluation of the Iraqi dinar against the US, which has caused a demonstration or demonstrators to take to the street of Iraq to protest this devaluation of their dinar. And then the Pakistani rupee plummet against the dollar, the biggest one-day drop in 2 decades. So the movements on the JESARA side for the gold asset-backed currency continues. I'm quite sure behind the scenes there is movements as well for NESARA, a US Treasury rainbow-backed currency, gold or asset. There is information which is suggesting that on January 31st, there may be an announcement for the recall of the USD, US dollar, not USN note now. It's going to be interesting to observe to see how this unfolds. This article reported on January 25th addresses the abolishing of the IRS, eliminating the US income tax, and entitled House Speaker McCarthy Shoots Down Republican Bill to Abolish IRS, Eliminate US Income Tax. This article continues, I think, to create awareness, public awareness about the abolishing of the IRS, which are key benefits. 3 key benefits here: abolishing the IRS, eliminating the U.S. income tax, and the establishment of a national sales tax. The House Speaker McCarthy shoots down the Republican bill at face value. One would believe, if you're not aware of what is happening behind the scenes, that this is as is. Well, what is very key about this article is it's stating that there is no appetite to do a 23% or 25 sales tax on all goods purchased, which is the creation of the national sales tax. However, call that NESARA GESARA creates a 14% flat rate on non-essential new items only sales tax revenue for the government, not 23 or 25%, although there are several sources that are suggesting it could be as high as 17%. So this article appears to be continuing to create awareness for the public. And here's another article I'm sharing with you: the Fair Tax Act explain what to know about the Republican plan for a national sales tax and decentralized IRS, as well as the abolishing of the income tax. So very key articles appearing in the mainstream media. This on CNBC, and this is dated January 27th, very recent, to continue to create awareness on these key benefits. There are several key markers remaining in this great master plan that is being executed behind the scenes and becoming more overt. These markers include a stock market crash, declassification, declass of information, and we're seeing that, some of that now, and scare event. And on January 24th, the NYSE had a trading glitch. And I'm sharing this article to highlight. I'm going to read in a sec. And this is in CNBC. The cause being of the glitch being discussed. And here is the NYS president stating that on Monday evening, routine maintenance was being performed on the software for the Chicago backup site. On Tuesday morning, the backup system, Chicago, was mistakenly still running when the primary system, NYSE, came online. Because the backup was still running when the primary site started up, some stocks behaved as if trading had already started. As a result, designated market markers who would normally publish an opening auction print for each stock were prevented from doing so because the system operated as if an opening had already occurred. This caused significant price dislocations and trading halts. And I read that because I wondered whether another system which we are aware of was operating in the background. Interesting timing, interesting events. These are truly remarkable time, really exciting time, and it is really awesome that the evidence is now appearing, good information is now appearing in mainstream media to provide evidence or to signal that the key benefits that will be available to us under NESARA GESARA continues to be implemented. Really awesome, really exciting times. I have placed in the description below this video the contact information that we can be reached with any inquiries you may have about the information I've shared in this video and my other videos. I've also placed the website address for Mind Mastery for Wealth. I'm encouraging you to visit that website. It has great resources to help you to develop or to nurture a mindset in terms of possibilities and abundance. I'm encouraging you to share this video with any person you believe the content will add value to their lives, and to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. I'm also asking you to like this video. I understand the makes the algorithm reach to more persons, and that is my intent. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I look forward to sharing good quality information about the key benefits, their implementation that is available to us under NESARA GESARA.